So this problem, 1a, is asking you to find the probability of randomly selecting a z-score from a standard normal distribution that is less than negative 1.5. So you just have you pull out a random z-score. What are the chances that z-score is going to be less than negative 1.5? In this video, I'll show you how to visualize that probability as a region below the normal curve. That's usually your first step to figuring out what is the answer to this question. What does this probability equal? So for this one, your normal curves, if you're going to sketch it, always starts out with the z-axis, which I have down here, and it's labeled from -3 up to +3. The z-axis goes from really negative infinity or really small negative numbers all the way up to really positive numbers. You can tell from the curve that all the interesting stuff happens in the middle because that's where the curve gets the biggest. So we only have to draw the middle to get an idea of it. The next thing is that I should label this as a z, so you know that this represents the z-scores, this bottom line. And if I want to visualize the probability, then I go ahead and I find my border, which is this negative 1.5. So I find a negative 1.5, and I cut a line straight up as best I can up front that shows the total line versus z-scores that represent negative 1.5. The next thing to notice is that my actual random z should be less than negative 1.5. So I should be looking at z-scores smaller than negative 1.5 or more to the left on the number line. That leaves me with a region. If I was going to shade a region underneath the curve, that would be this particular region over here. This red curve never actually hits the z-axis, despite what it looks like on my picture. And so it would extend on forever this way. So I draw a little arrow to show that it goes forever this way. Now we've drawn the region and we're ready to move on to the next step, answering the question.